What's up, everyone? I'm starting this, but I'm getting a game started on my other device, and I want to make sure if it's signed in under the same account, then it's gonna mess me up here for a second. So I gotta check it out first. So I made the fatal mistake yesterday of playing one of my songs that are in my playlist that shouldn't be copyrighted in the live stream yesterday for the classes. Yeah, that's what happened. So unfortunately, the one I did yesterday was taken down because of copyright issues. So now I gotta pretty much make sure that I don't play any music that's gonna be copyrighted in the background. So give me 1 second here while I get this prepared. Alright, so get the link out here. Alright, so I'm signed in under the Baker on my other device, and I'll be signed in. Oh, I can't do it with that though because I have a shield right now. Let's see here. What am I gonna do? Okay, I think I know what I can do here. Oh wait, hold on. 114. Oh my gosh. Well, that ain't gonna work either. Okay, so give me 1 second, guys. Three more? What? Why is there only 5 videos on there? That doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh, that doesn't make any sense. Now I'm really tripped up. Alright, so I was going to show something with the with my secondary account. The problem is that I didn't pull them in from mining in time. I know, I suck. So basically, I'm just going to kind of go over it here, and with this video that I had made for a previous realm I was in, and I'm also gonna briefly go over the angel. It says a speed rally, but for some reason people like to call it time attack now. So time attack is what this is. When you get time, it would be a good idea to view this video. And what I'm basically doing here is I'm looking at the bottom right there, 214, and that's what everybody's doing right now, is sharing their time. Now I'm hosting it, so that's why you see, you know, when I share the target coords, proceed to step 2. Right now that are participating, and because I'm the one that's furthest away, I'm going to send my troop first. Okay, now I also share my location, not in this video I don't think, because it's a new procedure I've added to it, but when you share your location, all the participants go directly to your castle and they click on your army so they can keep an eye on the time that it's taking you to get to the target. And when they get to around the same time that it's going to take you to get your army there is when you send your armies. So that you're syncing all of your armies together. And that's what you're seeing right there, is a time attack. So, something I want to note is there's also time defense, okay? So basically, you'll see when somebody is about to be attacked, right? And it'll show up in your bottom right-hand side under Alliance. And then you'll go to Alliance battles and you'll see, you know, the target, and you'll see the opponent. The opponent being the enemy. And so, basically, what you'll want to do is, okay, so that it takes you to whoever's getting ready to be attacked, right? And you'll go to press reinforce, but instead of going ahead and sending them out, you look at how much time it'll take them to get there. And then you go back, and you go back to the Alliance battle, and you wait for the time to get down to around the same time it'll take your reinforcement army to reach the target, so that you all reach the target at the same time. Now, doing it this way allows for the castle to receive more reinforcements than it's actually capable of doing. It's almost like a loophole. So that's what we call a time defense. It's very effective. You know, so, you know, if we see somebody getting ready to be attacked, you know, if it's Rob, then the best thing to do is to wait until the battle starts, or about 2 or 3 seconds, or if when you see the battle start and you see the swords, then send your reinforcements and use speed ups. The reason I say that is because Rob likes to blitz. So, you know, you can't really use time defense per se. but you can use speed ups, and those who don't have speed ups, when it's Rob Alliance, everyone should go ahead and just reinforce at what they can. And then those that can reinforce but they have speed ups, they can use just wait until the battle starts and then go ahead and reinforce. Anybody else, it's best to use time defense. Rob is notorious for using blitz attacks, so that's why I differentiate between the two. So again, anybody else, you want to use time defense so that you can maximize the reinforcements that the member will be able to receive. So, since we're talking about about time attacks and stuff, it's basically attack strategy. And I'm gonna briefly go over a few more. One is a bubble trap. It's called a bubble trap. And basically it's when the opponent is doing a time attack on one of us. Okay, let's just say I don't have a shield right now, and we have another alliance that performs a time attack on me. And so they've got, 6-7 members that are all participating. Okay, well, a bubble trap is when you wait for them to get close enough to where you have enough time to set a peace shield, okay? And then, because a time attack has to be exactly to the second, okay, everybody has to time their armies to send to the target at the exact same time, and that's not going to happen. Okay, so the trick is wait until, what I would do is I would be peace shielded right now, and you would see 6-7 red lines all coming to my castle. So I would wait until they got sort of close by, maybe 20 seconds out. I would activate my peace shield, and then I would click up here and hit scout. And then I would sit here and I would wait until just before they get to my castle. Okay, and I watch. And what will happen is they won't all attack at the exact same time, because like I say, it's got to be a precision strike. It exactly synchronized to each other's times, and that's just not going to happen. So what you're basically doing is you're strategizing your bubble to work only until like after the very first couple armies that attack, right? So basically, then you would scout in the middle of the attack so that the remaining army or armies will have to go ahead and attack. You see, so let's just say you've got 6 guys coming at you. The very first one that will arrive to your castle will let's just say he'll be there in 20 seconds. And then the other guys, let's just say the one that will take the longest will be there in 23 seconds or 24 seconds. Okay, so then you've got the other guys in the middle somewhere, that they'll finally reach your castle. So what you're doing is, if you didn't use a bubble or anything, the first guy will arrive to your castle, the battle will start, and then, it will last a good 10 seconds maybe, depending on how strong your army is. And that gives the other guys that 3 or 4 seconds leeway to join the battle themselves. So in a bubble trap, what you're basically doing, again, I'm going to reiterate, is that you're waiting for the first guy to attack, to go through with the attack, okay? And remember, you're still bubbled at this point, okay? And then once you start seeing them all file in, you scout somebody to break your bubble, so that instead of you having 6 or 7 players attacking you all at once, you're only having 2 or 3. Okay, and this works best when you get reinforced. Okay, so like, let's just say I'm getting reinforced by, as many as I can hold. And let's just say with reinforcements, I have 400,000 troops at my castle ready to fight. Okay, and the opponent's total army altogether is, let's just say, 500,000. Okay, so even with reinforcements, more than likely, if these circumstances are actually happening, then they have enough to where they will overcome us. Okay, but if you use the bubble trap, again, you cut the amount of actual attacking armies in half, if not better, and they're forced to go through with the attack, except they don't have the backup they did before. So that's what a bubble trap is. And sometimes, like, it is always optional for them to recall their armies, but not all of them are going to end up recalling their armies, for one, and for two, you have to have recalls to call them back with. And when you get down to a low amount of recall items, it's usually the general rule to kind of start being a little more conservative. So a bubble trap can work really good. There's another trap I call a honeypot. Okay, and this honeypot technique would really, it's more defense. Of course, the bubble trap is defense too, but the honeypot situation would work perfect with this member of ours here. And so basically what would happen is, she's been getting attacked quite frequently here lately, and if she had a war fog, okay, what would be good to do? See, her attackers have the confidence and the morale to continue doing what they're doing. So if she were to use a war fog, a 24-hour war fog, and then get reinforced by as many reinforcement members as she can, okay, and also she has to have a good embassy too, then what's going to happen is, her attackers, next time they want to attack, they're not going to be able to scout the castle, and more than likely they're going to assume that she's just bluffing, right? They're going to assume that she doesn't have any reinforcements, and she, maybe that's all she could afford was a war fog, or, instead of a peace shield. And that's basically what you're doing is, it's a honeypot. You're inviting them in, you're daring them, you're bluffing them, right? But then they actually go to attack and they witness all those reinforcements. Now, they can always send a fake army. Okay, that's the thing about honeypots. So you gotta kind of, even though you're not bluffing really, you really do got reinforcements, you are bluffing to the point of hoping that they don't send you a fake army first. So that's the only situation with that. So for a kill event, it's we're going to be using a strategy somewhat similar to that. So what will happen is, those who are going to participate in this activity for kill event, we're going to travel in a group. Okay, so more than likely I know of 2 others that will definitely join. Okay, so what's going to happen is, let's just say we wanted to hit the Toy Alliance. I don't know whose that is. So we would definitely not hit Toy Alliance, because that's a war farm, and we're friends with war. so we definitely wouldn't hit them. But just as an illustration, what we're going to do is, let's just say that is the target. Okay, we are going to have a target already picked out. What we're going to do is we're going to find an area as close as we can to the target where 3 of us, or however many ends up doing this activity, will be able to fit in one little group. Now, you guys have seen, I think it was Mom, do this to us. And we're basically doing the same thing. I've always known about this technique for a long time now. It's just, it takes coordination. It takes, you know, some elite teleports, and new players don't really have that type of enthusiasm at that point in the game. But we're at a point now to where I think you guys should be seeing that it's not so hard to get gems. If you're paying for a monthly card, I'll be honest with you, out of all the games I've ever paid anything for, this game actually gives you a bang for your buck. So it's worth it to get the monthly card for sure, hands down. So basically, right, so we'll teleport at a group, and then we'll use probably a peace shield. We'll use a peace shield, and because we're in a group, no, we won't use a peace shield. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of another strategy. Because we're in a group, we'll all use war fog, right? So nobody can scout us. Okay. There might be a couple of you that have a little bit lower castles that can still participate with us. You're gonna have to have the items I listed, and more than likely, I mean, you can battle with us for sure, definitely, but more so you'll be there for reinforcements, and you'll still get points, because what's gonna happen is we're gonna basically just hit whatever we want, and we're gonna do time attacks together. So we're going to all hit each target at one time, each at a time, right? And if one of them wants to retaliate from any given direction, we're going to all be in one group. So we'll stop attacking momentarily and start reinforcing one another. Okay, now these bigger alliances, I know they've got strategies for that, but we're just going to have to learn together, because when it gets past that point, I'm not sure. I just don't know. But I'm thinking, you know, I know there's ways. You know, this game is like chess, you know, an advanced, you know, visualization type of chess game, man, really. So, but that's basically how we're going to work for Kill Event. Back here at home, what you guys are going to need to do is just concentrate on reinforcing one another. Don't attack unless, you know, I mean, what I'm saying is that if anyone teleports to our territory, don't go on the offense. Go on the defense. Okay? If you want to go on the offense, then make sure that you have a teammate, you know, a partner or something. I mean, you can go out and attack castles by yourself. Make sure you scout first. And it's best to go as teams, right? So try to partner up with somebody. Here soon, I'm really going to start getting some activities going, as I've said already. And I'm hoping it'll stimulate our activity and participation aspects of the Alliance. So, I'm going to go over the angels briefly, and then I'm going to go ahead and let you guys ask questions if there's even anybody watching. Okay, so the angels, Guardian Temple. Okay, so in order to create angels, you have to have regular troops die. And right here you can see in the middle there, only soldiers level 4 and above can be converted into Guardian Force. So in other words, you have to have level 4 troops die in order to get to build angels. Okay, and if you notice also, okay, so I'm already building some, so don't show me that option. But you also, I was going to say something, but I recant. Continuing on though, these angels, they take longer to recruit because they have a higher hit point, a higher attack, and all this extra stuff. Sacred Flame. Sacred back row first. Back row first. So it all says the same thing except, yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm still learning the best way to use angels, but as you can see in one of my replays, always watch your replays, guys. Your replays can be invaluable, right? So it looks like what he's attacking first are my angels. I mean, let me look at something else. Evil giant. Oh, that's all of us, right? Yeah. So it looks like he goes after the angels first. Yeah. But again, the angels have a higher defense, higher hit points, and all that. So, again, I don't know the best way to use angels yet. I'm still learning. But, I guess if it's anything you can take away from the angels is that you have to have the level 4 and above to be able to convert the angels. Yeah, I guess my best advice as far as the angels go is not build too many until you know exactly how to use them. I've built a lot of them because I just really don't care, to be honest with you. But I will learn. I mean, it's not that I don't care about learning how to use them. It's just that I want to get them built so that I'll have them built for when I know how to use them. The only problem with angels and doing it that way, I guess what you could say is what I don't care about is losing them when I do. Because what happens is, you know, your tier 4 troops can be converted into angels, but when your angels die, you can't convert them into you know, you can't convert them again into angels. So basically just make sure your hospital cap is up. You know, when you're attacking is when you're gonna lose angels, if anything, for the most part. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. I'm gonna leave stay here a few minutes in case anybody has any questions or anything. I need to start promoting my angels. But see, I've got a bunch of tier 7 troops, and I'm able to build tier 8 troops now. So I've got a bunch of tier 7 troops that I'm promoting now. Yeah, see, look, I got a bunch of 20,000 magi, and I'm gonna definitely promote the orc warriors. So I'm promoting the Orc Warriors first at the drill grounds, and simultaneously training the tier 8 Magi's over there. And so right now it's 2:30. I always go about 10 o'clock, so 9, 8, 7:30. So that's 7.5 hours I got. And to be honest with you, I'm still trying to get up enough cavalry to where I can harvest my goods more efficiently. So I'm going to go ahead and make a batch of cavalry. Tier 2. They're easy to replace, they're quick to make, and cheap. So I just started forging this helmet this morning, which I'm excited about because, where is it? Yeah, it'll increase my army size. For the most part, that's what I'm happy about, is the army size. Archer HP, cavalry HP. See, this is what I'm saying about the cavalry. The cavalry really doesn't become that great until you get to higher tier cavalry. So let me take a look at my stats. Cavalry attack 22% extra, defense 11, HP 15. So yeah. Right now my offense army, I'm really trying to concentrate on building what I believe to be a really strong army. And that's basically going to consist of around 10 to 15 tier 7 and 8 infantry split up. And then 70,000 Magi, tier 7 and 8 split up. I'm not going to include any cavalry or archers, but after I get that army built, I'm going to start building whatever could be in there. So I will start on my cavalry and my archers, so that, you know, it's different types of attacks. You know, if I just send in the army that I'm gonna make, you know, it's mostly gonna be an army geared towards the kill event, because you know, you're not going out for the resources as much as you are the troops with the army I'm getting ready to build. But what you could do is, with the army I'm building, I'll be able to attack a castle, and then the second wave I send in there, I can send more cavalry to collect the resources with. That's what I was going to say. If you don't put any cavalry in there, you're not going to have a bigger load that you could bring back, as if you did have cavalry. So, you know, no, I want to keep on with this plan here. And again, once I'm also promoting my lower tiers, you know. So I've basically already got the Magi. I just need to promote them. See, I've got where are they? Oh, there they are. 20,000 Magi. All I need to do is promote them and build a few more. I'm figuring 35,000 of each tier. So, yeah, I'm going to need to build like 15,000 more Magi. And you're thinking to yourself, that's a lot, man. But see, this is why I've been focusing on pretty much war development. At first it was defense, so I got all my, medical tents, my hospital to where I want it to be, and I could even do it more, but even as it stands right now, I can keep 100,000 troops safe, and that's pretty good for me. And then now I've been focusing on war development the past month or so. So it's basically consisted of getting all of my barracks up to my castle level, or at least to the tier that I can build at. So then that way, whatever troops I end up losing in battle, I can replace them pretty quick. Fairly quick. I mean, if you only got, like right now, I only have one level 22 barracks. So, it's taking me, 14 hours just to make 900 Magi's. But if I have all five barracks that are level 22, then you're just, multiplying that by 5. I mean, you can build a very good portion of the army you want overnight. So, especially if you have some recruitment speed ups and such. So anyway, it doesn't look like anybody has any questions for me or anything. So this stream will be kept up. There's no music or anything, and I'll go ahead and title it later and fill in the description. And I hope all this helps, guys.